Are we actually live? Yep, we are live. Perfect. Nice. Hey, kitten. Diatomic. Okay. I fucked up my watercolors beforehand. From last stream. And didn't know. Because I forgot the glycerin. It's fine, though. Hey, Brazenheart. I can. But it's not a big deal. Not having glycerin, not a huge deal. I'll be looking your stream too, Fox. Yes, this is. This is a vintage one as well. This is what? 1980s? I need to mold this a lot better as well. Notice that some of the previous batches have been kind of gritty. So I need to do smaller batches. This is transparent red iron oxide. Uh, you mean the PR122? And yeah, it is. Wow, why is the YouTube chat not showing up on this stream? That's so weird. Whatever, I'll deal with that later. Hey, Carlos. Diatomic, have you met, Carlos yet? Um, you mean this? I can find the DuPont stuff. I can't find anything else. I can't find the Kincasia gold, which is the Daniel Smith one. That's the one I'm looking for, is the Kincasia. Very. So this is PO49 right here. I don't have the Kincasia version. I know, Dirty Blue has it. I haven't ordered his PO49 yet. But let's go to a page that it's not a cipher. So this is much deeper and more red. Yeah, that's Quinn Gold. Gold Chin. So it's a nice color, but it's not a special color like the Kincasia was. This is not the one that artists want. Add dextrin. Dextrin and some extra medium. It will make them more smooth. It's not going to make them more buttery. Dextrin, you can use cornstarch as a replacement. I'll be doing some videos on craft paint in the future as well. And how to, like, modify it, stuff like that. Since the Twitch side can't read the YouTube, but YouTube can read Twitch, I'll just say what the YouTube side is saying when they ask questions and whatnot. I should actually contact it's Mead Made for the craft paint video. See if he wants to collab. Um, I'll grab it for you in a moment here. I'm probably also mispronouncing it. It's like Q something. Um, yeah, you don't want more than 20% dextrin. It's going to crack anyways. If it's not archival paint, they have problems cracking a lot of the time, especially craft paints. They can last decades, of course, but you know, you have to really understand that they're not archival. They're not meant to be archival either. Um, there you go. The exact one is that. That's the one you're looking for. Quinquasia. Yeah, I want to do more things about cheaper paint because it is a good alternative for people who can't afford good paint. And I know you can do really good work with it too. I did once again. It's Mead Made does really fantastic work with craft paint. I did show him the error of his ways with paint, and when it comes to yellows and whites, he does use professional now. But yeah, yeah, a lot of YouTubers don't do their proper research, and it shows. There's definitely some videos in the hobby that are let's just say very inaccurate, but are regarded as factual. Thankfully, you have smaller YouTubers who do their research and stuff like that. Been watching a lot of chemistry videos recently on making pigments. I think I know how to make my own Quin Gold and my own quinacridone quinone, but it's a tedious process. I don't have paint. I don't have any sway with paint companies except for my own. Oh, the package is so close. It's literally 3 blocks away. Oh. Most invaluable tip, it's don't cheap out. Um when you cheap out, you create problems. Like you don't have to be a premium grade of oil paint, but a student grade paint is going to just turn people away from your paint. So making it, if you want a good student grade, you still have to go pure, but it's very difficult. So people are going to buy the cheap stuff more often than the expensive stuff. They're going to see the price, your $100 something thing at bismuth yellow. They're going to go, I can't afford that. And then they'll buy, a cheaper pigment. Yep, PY74, thinking it's the exact same, think you'll get a good thing, and it's not. Um, Most people are stupid. You have to always make your paint and make your pigments for the lowest common denominator, and that's the problem. Uh, Quinacridone Gold is going away completely. I mean, it is gone away completely. Um, Quinacridone Magenta is not going away. Quin Violet isn't going away. Quin Red, Quin Scarlet are gone. Um, yeah, there's a lot of Quins that are coming there. Gamblin' Artist line is pretty good. They're my recommended for cheap. For a reason. Like, yeah. When it comes to buying oil paint, it's buy the best you can afford. When it comes to all paint, it's buy the best you can afford. Because a $1 thing is not going to perform as well as a $20 tube. I mean, a lot of them have gone away already. Quinn Violet is fine. It's not going away. It's used in the printing industry too much. Hey, Yoden. Quinacridone Magenta, that's not going away anytime soon. That's required for the printing industry, and the printing industry is massive. Um, yeah, there's. It's a rumor that keeps happening because the quinacridones keep going away. Like you have Quinn Scarlet that or PO 207, PR 207. Um, I believe PR 206 is also gone now. Yeah, cool. That's a very good point. Beware of discount brands that say professional grade for student prices. Um, hey, Dirty Blue. I didn't realize you had a Twitch. Uh, Blood does not make a decent paint. It's fugitive. Ooh, trigger all the watercolor painters. Acrylic, quinacridone gold. Ooh, don't worry, it's DuPont, not Ciba-Geigy. I actually have a ton of quinacridone gold here, like more than I'll ever use for DuPont because I got so much from yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I have oh, now the YouTube is showing up on the Twitch on stream. Perfect. Where is my ow. Yeah, sure. There we go. Perfect. Dirty Blue is on his preferred on the better platform, YouTube. I'm YouTube is larger for me. My Twitch is very small. Oh, you tried that silver I sent, Yoden? What you think? Does it make sense why Danny stole it? Nah. Stay on Twitch. Both are perfectly fine. Doesn't matter which you're on, honestly. Um, I technically need both. Because I'm trying to get YouTube monetized. But right, Yoden? It's really fucking good. Like, I recommended it to Ruby as well. Well, I'm excited about the manganese green. I've never seen manganese green before. A little bit of water in here. I only have this as a dispersion from Gira. So, I have multiple of these small bottles for some reason. I don't even know how I got multiple small bottles. I only ordered one. I'm like at 600 watch hours or so, I think. Doesn't help, most of my videos are short. Yeah, Gira does spoil me. They sent me a lot of really nice stuff for like nothing. The mystery bags have been really nice to me, especially because they keep shoving me full of like pound bags of cadmium. So I have enough cadmium to last me forever. God, this Muller's so bad. It's embarrassingly bad. Actually, the reason why I'm doing streams on multi-platform is entirely for the YouTube monetization. Because they're going to run ads on the videos anyways. I might as well profit from it. The 2 cents that I'll earn every year. Yeah. I want to get one of the custom ones. I just haven't had the money. Ooh. Package is on the street right next to me. Unless... Gyro dispersions are not fun to work with for watercolor. Which is going to be really upsetting because I have to make some cobalt teal, and it was the easiest and cheapest way I could get cobalt teal, was to go get a Gyro dispersion. So... I have dextrin. One problem I found with dextrin during the experiments with it is that it makes the color worse and makes the watercolor worse. So I do add a little bit of extra binder a lot of the time. This one I didn't. Let's grab some watercolor paper here. Yeah. Like, it's a nice color, but it's just, it's not the Ciba-Geigy version. Um, I did dissolve it. It just, I did dissolve the dextrin first. I followed Gyro's exact instructions, which is add cornstarch, add in dextrin to the dispersion as well, and it came out as a worse pigment. So like, this was a dextrin experiment right here I was doing with a PV55, and it had some problems with the color. It didn't feel like a good one. That being said, I'm still running experiments and seeing how I can do some of these things. So yeah. See, Giro recommends cornstarch. I've used dextrin and I've used cornstarch during the tests. Um, I didn't like the dextrin. I would rather just mull it more and not care about the flocculation. But I don't sell, pigments that are dispersion based. I don't hell, I don't sell for watercolor at least. I just kind of make them for my own purposes. Like this is mine. Nobody's getting this one. I haven't tried potato starch. Uh, I just didn't like dextrin. It, it it felt cheap. It felt like a cheaper watercolor. That's what I'm going after. It didn't feel as high pigmentation. They also wanted a lot of dextrin in there. I suppose on some pigments it's fine, but like I was testing it on a quinacridone, which is part of the problem. I should test it on something that has higher tint strength, like a phthalo. The Hegman is... Where is my Hegman? I found my dextrin right here. Yeah, this dextrin was also really yellow and tended to tint everything yellow, which I didn't like. It smells like maple syrup as well. Where is my Hegman? Ah, there it is. There's my Hegman. No, no, my Quins are low tint strength. Like, kind of medium tint strength. The ones I get. They're not low like a PG-23 low or a Victoria Green low, but they're fairly low for a modern pigment. Um, I'm like neurotically checking my phone for the I can show you. Um, have I have Mobe. That's one of them. I have Miles. Like they aren't bad, but they're not as high as like a lot of the modern pigments that I have. It takes a lot more pigment to get a stronger get a strong paint. At least with acrylics. A lot of what I have is vintage as well. So like 1980s and stuff like that. 1990s. Somehow 1990s is vintage, but it is. I feel old now. I don't have any like new ones. I need to get some and test to see if they're just better or not. Yeah, they are old. I got them from Gera. I need to go get Kremer's PR122 and test that against like some of the old stuff. The vintage phthalo green I have from 1970, fascinating. Really fascinating pigment. Um, where did I put it? Right. Let's make this one. I don't know what pigment this is. It's a pinkish red color. I think it's PR 188. No, it's from 1968. It's probably contaminated with PCBs and toxins. Wow, I don't like these scoops already. I didn't realize these had magnets in them when I bought them. Uh, Polychlorinated fatal butyl phylactery. Ah, god damn it. Yeah. Polychlorinated biphenyls. They were banned in 1970 or the late 1970s. But any pigment that's from circa like 1978 and before is probably contaminated with them. Let's start the yield real quick. If I had my microscope, I could know what pigment this is. That is, it's a beautiful color. Very transparent. It's an extinct pigment. So, and it's very hydrophobic. Why am I not wearing my mask? Why don't I have my the actual proper one? Right, because it broke. It looks almost like a Quinn Red. Probably going to need a little bit more binder. We'll know once I swatch it. Interesting pigment, though. I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. I'm just kind of doing what I think I know. Why don't you sell your watercolors? Because I don't know what I'm doing. It's a very bright red. Swatch it real quick. Yeah, I can use more binder and more mulling. A lot more mulling. Why am I using this thing? I could be using that one right there that I was looking for, and I just found it. I am. There's some dry pigment. Package is so close, yet so far. This is PR180 and makes you wonder why they got rid of it. It's supposedly higher light fastness than the Naphthol is. Might have been the thermal regulation of it that's really piss poor. Cost, maybe? Could be PR180. I don't know. No, it wouldn't be PR180. No, it could be. No, it couldn't be. It's too old. PR180 would be 70s. This is before the 70s. Yeah, this needs a little bit more binder. Not much more. Ah, that's perfect. Oh no, PR88. I think this is PR88. That's what Gira said they think it is, but they don't know either. It's got a Ciba Geigy code on there. I can't find Ciba Geigy catalogs from the 1960s. This is the oldest pigment I own currently. That is not some like obscure rarity like the weird 1919 Prussian blue I have. And no, Carlos, that makes perfect sense. I'm excited about what's coming in though. So I might make some cadmium watercolor here, which means I have to mask up. This Muller plate sucks as well. I need to get some I need to make a natural pigments order really bad. Try that now. Oh yeah, that's so much better. I mean, look at that difference there. That's gritty, that's awful. That one's not. Chroma is also higher too. Where are my pans? Bought some really awful pans off Amazon because I didn't feel like printing any. Who said I'm straight? I'll torment you. Yeah, so do I. Actually, the ones I got on AliExpress are higher quality than these. They were also more expensive, too. These are terrible. But at the same time, I don't care about the quality of the pan. I'm just filling up random things in them right now. Side of you. I will keep you company, Danny. What, Gulcha? What are you wanting? Twitch chat never makes any sense to me. Hour? Okay. The uh because my printer's broken at the moment. Don't worry, Danny, I will. I have a package of pigments coming in. Oh yeah, no, flat out. Like the AliExpress ones were better than the these are Amazon ones that I ordered. They have this weird lip on them. They're like not the correct size. They're really transparent. They're really flimsy pans. Just bad overall. Then the ones that I got on AliExpress, they're more expensive, but they were better. Yeah, my 3D printer is borked at the moment. Oh, they have? Does it make people want to print them off and paint them? Good. More people need to get into core. Oh. I need to do more dextrin experiments later. What pigment should we do now? Good. Core is amazing. Heard something upstairs. Is that it? No, it's not. Damn. Oh, I have multiple mystery cans of pigment. I'm just trying not to do any yellows. I have tons. Uh, let's see. Where's a mystery can? Ah, here's one. Permanent yellow. YR. Unknown company. American something, I think. I have no idea what this is. I have one that says FGL on it. I don't know what that is. I have some unlisted cans. I have um, a lot of mystery things here. A lot of mystery. So let's go grab the dehydrating plate. I need to make some Quinn magenta. Not embarrass myself doing it again. I don't have much of this Quinn magenta left. I think I hear my package. I'm gonna go run up and check. Nope, wasn't it. Yeah, it is a warm yellow. What warm yellow? I have no idea. It's probably PY83. But it could be like cobalt, for all I know. Which is why I don't open it. Cobalt yellows are not something I want to screw around with. A little bit of yellow pigment on there that I don't want. Um, it minor toxicity issues. Cobalt blue's not that bad. Cobalt teal and green aren't that bad. Cobalt yellow, cobalt violet are. Um, both of them can cause lung irritation. And despite somebody who likes wearing a gas mask all the time, I don't like wearing a mask while I'm working. This is a cobalt right there, and it's an orange yellow. And it's cobalt Indo Golden, PY 179. I don't think it is a cobalt though. I think it's just PY 83. Um, that'd be the most likely thing. But if I don't know what it is, I'm not screwing around with it. I don't know how you do it, Lorenz. You hydrophobic pigments annoy me. Yeah. I know. I know you have. And I've used them all. Well, most of them. I forgot some of them. Especially when it comes to dealing with hydrophobic pigments. Ooh. Uh, delivered. Be right back. I'm going to go run and grab that package. That is $1,000 in pigment. Got it. Um, I live in an apartment complex. And the doorbell is I don't have a doorbell. So your package also showed up. Your package was another $500. There, we can make some Viridian. Can make some chromium copper black as well, which I didn't have in my pigment collection except from Dirty Blue. Also, that's not available for sale. So spent $500 and I got a free thing of an extinct pigment. Ugh. Ooh, that is a heavy bottle. Okay. Yep. That's what they do. Danny. Uh, that's like asking why vintage phthalo green is Danny. How's that color? That's 4 sales for the paint set so far. Don't worry, Diatomic. You didn't miss much. There wasn't much in there. And one box I'm not opening right now. Did get these two, which I will turn these into paint here soon. Yep, that's good. Yeah, the first time I ever made watercolors was a massive disaster. I'm slowly getting better. Soon I'll know what I'm doing. Okay. I'm making watercolors. Oh, we complain about the postal service, like true adults. That's a very green cobalt teal. Holy shit. Do kind of prefer the blue shade. It works better for what I want, but this is not bad. That's a heavy bottle. So I have DuPont PO48. This is Sibigagi PO48. They are very similar. So very, very similar. I'm very curious how this will turn out as a paint. PBK 28 or PG 18 first? Let's flip a coin. I only want to make a couple pans of this because I didn't actually have this in my collection. Yeah. This is chromium copper. Never worked with this pigment before. Hey, Brazen. This is PBK 28. I don't know anything about this pigment other than it's chromium copper. Never worked with it. No, it's more gray. Very easy to mix in. We'll say that. No, these are little dry trays that you mix water into. These are just professional stuff. That's all. I'm making these specifically for a couple streamers. So, this PPK 28 is going to a streamer called Eyeball Soup. So, I send a lot of colors to Eyeball Soup, mostly because I like his work a lot, and I want him to use more color. And it annoys me he doesn't use as much color as he should. No, not at all. You didn't sound ignorant either. Yeah, the white cubes are stored watercolor. Ugh. I don't like the feeling of that. Scraping this is interesting black though. I'm gonna try to put this into an acrylic. We can make a Payne's Gray out of it. use a little bit more pigment, but it's fine. A little bit watery. Just a little bit. What am I reaching for? I'm reaching for this. Yeah, it's sandblasted glass. Um, yeah, that was enough for 2 pans, exactly. I'll swatch it out later. Oh, Savar. Welcome. We're just making some watercolors here. This is PG-18 Viridian. Yes, I'm glad I'm streaming too. What yellow? Yellow from the towel. It's yeah. Yeah. That's from pigments. I've also never worked with Viridian before. I've always worked with Phthalo Green. So if this is easier, this is like, you know, if this is like whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, the yellow, that's bismuth yellow. I was using the flat side of the plate to do some acrylics, which don't do that on a Muller. You just ruin the Muller by trying to make acrylics on them, which is why I use the flat side. Oh yeah, that's so much easier. Holy shit. This could actually use a little bit more binder. Smidge. That much, yep. This is super transparent. This is Viridian. Genuine Viridian. They don't make it anymore. This is actually one of the few pigments that was being made for the art industry. Artists preferred this over phthalo green because it's lower tint strength, much lower. F for Viridian. Because that would be a smart idea, Ghoul. Oh, it's still made? I thought they stopped making it. Which is why it's, like, impossible for me to get now. It might be the American manufacturer stopped making it. Then again, the American manufacturer stopped making a lot of pigments. They're awful now. Think, what? DuPont only makes, like, 20 pigments? At this point? And at least it feels like only 20. Yeah, we are a second thought. There's no commercial value in Viridian. So. Not over Phthalo Green. Phthalo Green is about just as they're both equally stable, roughly. But Phthalo Green, higher tint strength means you need less pigmentation. Yeah, at least we still have Kremer. Hmm. I kept hearing that they stopped making it. I'll have to start checking that again because there was so much rumor about them stopped making it at least. I think Golden said they stopped making it. I think. I'll have to check. Because I know there was a roughly around the same time there was that whole thing where they were going to stop making alizarin as well. That was 2023? I know quite a bit considering I work in the automotive industry. Currently. Well, did till the hurricane. Plan on working in the automotive industry when I move as well. I just gotta move. I can't answer all the questions though about automotive paints. Some of it is trade secret. Some of it is flat out I don't know. Yes, there was a lot of shortage for copper. So copper-based pigments, a lot of blues were short supply. Hurricane Helene. I am located in Western North Carolina, so we got completely screwed over by the hurricane last September. Can't believe it's almost been a year. Not gonna lie, I kind of miss it. I do really well in those disaster survival situations. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of pigments that they couldn't produce during COVID because of supply shortages. There was also just a lot of supply shortages overall for a lot of paint and pigment. Zinc. Yeah, that's zinc. Weird thing with zinc, if you put it in a watercolor, didn't know this. There is not. I am a contractor. I mostly worked for a vintage repair service. So, um, oof, yeah. I don't remember Cyber Green off the top of my head. Let's look this one up. Well, that search was awful. Yeah, there's a couple different Cyber Greens. Okay. Yeah, I think the color it's kind of a lime green that would be something like Hansa yellow and phthalo green. It looks like PG36 and like Hansa yellow. It just trends change. They get rid of colors. Yeah, I could. It's going to be Pearl. I don't have the PG-36 though. Pigment. I need to get some. That would be PG-36. You could probably do it with quinfalone, actually. I'm really loving quinfalone right now as a primary yellow. Um, when it comes to auto paint, it's a little bit harder. You can't exactly go to a store and get a pre-mix and get like a custom mix for it. Unlike house paint where you can. Oh, it would be. Auto paint is just it's super nasty, and I don't think they want people dealing with that. Yeah. But on the subject of COVID and supply shortages, you can find a lot of that information, by the way, from ASCO Nobel. They were the big name talking about all the supply shortages for paint industry. So only because I'm super curious about this. God, I'm really curious about this and how it would work as a paint. Oh yeah, especially good for the hobby. Since I mostly do mini painting, you can just go to a store, get a thing of house paint, color match it. Asco Nobel is huge, so I wouldn't be surprised. They're one of the largest house paints out there. Um, what was I looking for? Yeah, Asco's massive. It's a map. God, trying to think of how. Uh, they're also in the U.S., which says something, because they're not a U.S. company, are they? I know their name, which says something as well. Because I'm terrible with names. What should we make here? Let's look at the pigments. Now we have another mystery. I think this is PBK 31. I think. Looks like PBK 31 to me. But it's like a dye, which would be PBK 31. Um, yeah, just dropped something. Yeah, thought they were Dutch or I must just said Netherlands, and Netherlands is the Dutch. I don't know why I got it confused with Deutschland. I'm clearly tired. Either way, let's see. I'm like, look at that. It's like a bluish green shade. It could be PBK 31, could be a couple other things, but it's like 98% sure it's PBK 31. extent the American education system has failed us. Yeah. That was easy to mix up. A little more binder. I need a larger slab. Much larger. But it has to wait until I move. Wait, Amsterdam's not a country? I'm kidding. See, if I'm going out to a different country, I'm not saying I'm from the US, I'm saying I'm from Canada. Yeah, no, the only reason why I visited Amsterdam is because I wanted legal weed. Yeah, but Amsterdam, it's not just about the drugs. It's about the experience. The experience is to be pissed off, mostly. Because Amsterdam is not a great place. It's better than most American major cities, but it's still not a great place. But nothing beats DC. Because I'm biased. Because I'm from DC. That's how I'm biased. I've only ever been to Amsterdam, and it was there was two reasons why I went. It was legal weed and pigment convention. Yeah, they are. But I was thinking, I wanted to go see the pigments, not the hookers. Okay. So let's watch this out. That, yeah, see, that looks like a very blue PBK 31 to me. They look very similar. You want some PBK 31, Carlos? No, it's well, you misspelled pyrroline, but it's pyrroline. Perilean. Autism. Oh, Cervantes. Guess what? My paints are here. My paint line is coming out soon. And just for you, yeah. One, two, and three different browns. All single pigment. So I ordered the pigments and I ordered a couple of them as dispersions. Just to see if there was a difference for the testing. I also ordered a huge bottle of thickener from Gira because I actually like their thickener. I have not yet. I will soon. I'll have a video for it very shortly. Probably next week. No, it makes perfect sense. But certain greens, they mix like blues. And they make a really good primary blue. So like there's only two blues you really need. You need phthalo blue and you need ultramarine blue. That's how you mix all your greens. But certain greens can mix into blue themselves and get a lot out of there. There's a lot that you can do with green. I really like chromium oxide too. Let's flip this over real quick. So we grab, should work with Viridian as well. A little bit of that Viridian. A little bit of this quinacridone magenta. We can mix a purple, right? Grab more of this Viridian. God, this tint strength is super low. Super used to Phthalo. We can make a weird grayish blue. Definitely Phthalo mixes a little bit better than Viridian. Oh, you can make a blue out of it. So Phthalo green is very useful for mixing. Yeah. I know, completely mad. The madness, the insanity. Now this is the interesting one. So this is a vintage cobalt teal, and then this one right here is modern cobalt teal. The difference between them is super huge. This is darker and more green. More like a cobalt turquoise. Yeah, it's super interesting. And yeah, I'm making paints today. When am I not making paints? Oh. Kuretake, I like their inks. I haven't really used their watercolors. Let's make a special pan for Carlos here. Yeah, it kind of does look like Miku hair. Christ. Not cool. Keep that anime off my channel, despite, you know, watching way too much anime. Now, I don't know how this will come out. I'm going to make a half pan. And I'm going to do testing. If I have to add dextrin, I have to add dextrin. But The dextrin just helps with decreasing flocculation. No, I know. Cool. Don't worry. Miku is perfectly fine. I'm just making a joke. Yeah, I'm hand mauling it. How's this color? It's a lot more green in person. Yeah, that's weird that they would add a lot of white pigment to an aquarelle or a watercolor. Now, this is also fairly opaque. Oops. These are cobalt, so they're going to require several more fillings. So I'm most likely going to hide 2 of them in the fridge and just use the pans to fill up the one pan. Yes, liquid watercolor needs to stay in the fridge. Especially this one, because I don't have a biocide in it. Because I forgot. Um, it is on White Knight currently. idea. There we go. An extra pan, I'm just going to hand it to eyeball. I don't use watercolors that often. What? Let's fill up this pan. There we go. Yeah. This binder here I do have to refrigerate. That's what I'm getting at. Because I didn't use any biocide. Which I should put a little bit of, like, 3 drops of clove oil in it. But I don't want to. That requires me finding my clove oil. Because I don't know where I put it. Which, that reminds me, I need my pigment compendium. So bad. Is there a new version release? I really want them to release a new version of it. But I want to buy it and then be like, oh, there's a new version that I have to go spend another $300 on. Because this one, you know, has things like bismuth orange in it. It is. I don't know. Simply put, I don't know what pigment it is. It's X3226 from Ciba-Geigy. What pigment is that? Find me a Ciba-Geigy book from 1968. I'll tell you. I think it's PR88. I think. That doesn't necessarily mean it's PR88. I'm like 10% on that. And yeah, the color's great. It's such a bright red, has this lovely pink undertone. Um, I don't even know how it mixes. I've never used this. That's the color. Slash shout out. Oh, box rated. And I didn't even notice because I can't see raid. Nah, you're good. You're not used to doing the shoutouts. I'm the one who does them all the time. There you go. Hey Fox. Let's see. Let's grab some phthalo green blue shade. This will tell me if it what type of pigment it is, kinda. We are mixes a ruddy purple. That's fascinating. And thanks for following Felipe Brandt. That is fascinating. Mixes nearly a black blue. Ooh, that would be good for Prussian blue. Yeah, not Prussian blue. Payne's gray. Oh, right. I also need to make a pan of Payne's gray for Beck. I don't use Payne's gray, so I never remember it. I'm not going to make that right now because that's going to be a bit of a pain. Or is it? I have to find my ultra blue. Uh, Ciba-Geigy X3226. Have you sourced it? Don't tell me you actually have a book with it. It's a weird color. I like it. I might turn that into acrylic for myself. And maybe some oil. Yeah, I I don't even use neutral tints that often. I mix them myself. Um, I get the appeal of a Payne's Gray. I just don't use it. That ultra blue? That is ultra. Yay, package. That's just ultramarine blue. Ruby red. That's the entire label. It says Imperial Pigment Company, but the X3226 is a Ciba Geigy number. 100%. Everything I know about Imperial Pigment Company, they contracted through Ciba Geigy, or they were the original ones, something like that. It's really weird. Finding information about these companies is super hard. I did send you a sample of it though, Lawrence. So hopefully I sent enough. I didn't send that much because there's not that much left in this can. Now there's a decent chunk in here, but I'm paranoid about how much is in there. Especially because I want to do stupid things with it now. Yes, Fox, yes. I can hear the grit. That is not ready. Shocking, right? This is my mix for Payne's Gray. It's based off modern Payne's Gray, but I use bone black instead of carbon black. Because I want them extra transparency. And I add in a lot more blue. I think I sent like 2 milliliters of pigment, something like that. A milliliter of pigment, somewhere around there. It's supposed to be this dark. It's for mixing and grinding. I can hear it. Why is this so gritty? Hey, Stat. What's up? It is very satisfying. And yeah, you did spell it right. I'm good. My acrylic paint range is finally here. I get to make it soon. So I'm very excited. No, you don't suck, Sarantis. You don't. Yeah. And when we swatch it out, and that's my personal mixture for Payne's Gray. Mmm. We can do that. We can see what that would look like. I have no idea what that would look like. I haven't even thought of doing that. Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably PR112. That was another thing in my head. Um, Yara said it might be PR88, which is why I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Because that was the only thing they have in stock called Ruby Red. But they don't know what it is either. And I got the pigment from them. Unfortunately, my knowledge of anything pre 1980 is lacking. Okay, so let's do a mixture of Ben's Brown and Dioxazine Violet here. See what this looks like. Ooh. Okay, so 1-to-1 mixture. Ooh, that's a lovely purple. It really darkens up the violet a lot. Why am I using my good brush for this? I'm curious what that would look like with a blush. Let's test it with white. And we're going to do a dumb thing here. That you should never do. All right. See you later, Carlos. We're going to end here soon anyways, so. Very high tint strength. Much higher than a naphtol that I'm used to. But that could also just be vintage pigment bullshit. I'll have to put it up in the sun. Yeah. It makes it even weirder because the naphthal's are like medium chain strength. This just decimated titanium white. Unless there's a haven't worked with PR 170 that much, so unless that's a higher chin strength. Hmm. I don't have any PR 88 anyways. I need to buy some from Gira. It's not in my collection yet. Huh. Could be a chromophall. There's a potential it's a chromophall. No, no, those typically are orange leaning. This is cool leaning. Do I have any PR 170 here? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Phthalo blue red shade. There is one. I'll send you a link to it. Lovely dark. It's a lovely black. We add more blue to it. Almost like a Prussian blue. Or an anthraquinone blue. Where is my Sharpie? There's my Sharpie. Yeah, I have some accidentally dropped pans here. So this is darker. Like noticeably darker. Makes it prettier pretty pink. So grab a little bit of white. I do not have that. I don't think. Hmm. Yeah, the tin strength is much higher on this one. Granted, I'm used a lot of weight right there, but yeah. Yeah, that's more medium tin strength, and that is PR 170. So it could be a chromophall for all I know. I don't know. That's weird. Like it mixes almost like a magenta, but not one. Because it does mix a purple when you mix it with a phthalo green. That is such a weird pigment. Wonder what it is. Could be a pirate throne. It looks a lot like a pirate throne, actually, too. But that doesn't mean it's a pirate throne. Um, I can order some Volsconite. Volkonskin, whatever. Skinite. Volkonskite. Yeah. But I don't have it in my collection. So that just means I should buy it. Okay. Go put this on the hydrator and turn it on. Exactly. That's how I am. I don't have it, so I want it. Yeah, we've gone 3 hours. We should probably end here. Uh, because I have D&D in like an hour and a half, and I'm the DM, so I need to get ready. It takes me an hour to get ready. So it takes me also 30 minutes to get there. Nah, don't worry, Cervantes. Next stream will probably be tomorrow night, maybe, or Sunday. If not, Friday again. It's really the only day I have free. So yeah, thanks, Lawrence. Always a pleasure to have you too. So, because you can correct me when I'm wrong, unlike most people. I'm wrong often. Thank you. Who should we raid? Let's raid. Let's raid badly. Alright. Good night, everyone.